PrinceofMacedon here. Gonna do this commentary video for for Medieval 2 Total War. This is an online multiplayer free-for-all battle involving 4 players. The rules were no rules, last man standing, normal scale. It was 15,000 florins each, and yeah, let's go look at the 4 armies, starting with mine. I command the Byzantine Empire. I have 5 units of the dismounted Byzantine Lancers, these guys. 1 unit of peasant archers. 3 units of these elite Varangian Guard. They have the Viking ancestry. Then I have 6 units of these cataphracts. That's my Byzantine army. Let's go look at the next nearest guy here. Who's this? This is probably Scotland here. Yeah, this guy is, he commands Scotland. His name is Florins 7. He was actually German though, because he kept speaking German. He's either German or Austrian or something, but let's see. Let's look at his army, or from what I can tell. He has a bunch of, he has some peasant archers, Highlanders, catapults. There's his Highlanders, Highland archers, Gallo-like yeah. He has a bunch of these Gallo-like units, I remember that. He has a general's bodyguard here, there's his general. Then he has a whole bunch of mailed knights here, all in the forest. So he was there. Next to him was the Sicilian player. This guy's name was Legion 72223. And let's look at an overhead of his army. He's some cavalry militia. Let's start from this side, actually. Let's see, it has Muslim archers, these guys. Italian militia, Norman knights, dismounted Norman knights, a lot of Italian militia, more Muslim archers, dismounted Norman knights. He's a lot of Muslim archers, Italian spear militia, a lot of cavalry militia. He has a very interesting looking army. The last guy, this guy actually started off next to this town, and his name is Rocky123 in command of Spain. So let's look at this section first. He has some feudal knights here, pretty deadly. These are his, his mounted elements, and they're outside of the town. These are more feudal knights here. But inside the town, he has tons of troops here. Look at this. He's going to build a defensive nest in this town. He has dismounted feudal knights defending it. Spear militia, some catapults, more spear militia. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know. I don't want to count each troop count, but I'll give you an idea of what they have. But basically, this guy is defending this town like it's his home. But so while that was going on, I was marching towards Scotland. That's Florins' army. So I ended up redeploying my army here. I'm commanding both of these heights here with my cavalry and also some of my archers. And then I put all my infantry smack between the 2 elevated portions of the ground. And that was my next deployment. This guy, he moved his troops on top of this hill here. A slight hill advantage. So he put all his archers in the front, his Gallo-likes behind, and he's moving his Highlanders out this way. And he still has his mailed knights covering his right, because he wasn't sure what this guy was doing. This is a Legion. In fact, I wasn't sure what he was doing. I thought Legion was going to attack. I thought he was going to join the fight between me and Scotland. So I wasn't sure if I should attack now or wait and see what Legion was doing. And it looks like Legion was going this way. And eventually he told us he's going to try to attack Spain, even though Spain was entrenched in that town back here. Let's give you a little look at Spain's defensive plan again. Look at that. Can I, that kind of helps, I guess, the minimap. Yeah, but that's his defensive plan. He's very defensive-minded, that guy. But I'll take it back to my side of the battle. I command the Byzantines. So I was pretty sure my opponent was not going to move off that piece of terrain. So I'm going to start formulating an attack in my mind. And in my mind, I wanted to attack both wings of his deployment here. So this is when things get a little more free-flowing here. This guy moved his cavalry to the right and also cavalry to the left. He moved his cavalry to the left because he sees me moving my right-wing cavalry this way, which is actually my right. So my plan was to move my cavalry down here and up this section into the forest, where I can strike him from this angle. But he saw my troops moving. That's why he moved these mailed knights to, you know, to meet my attack if I should launch one. And here's my infantry. I'm killing them off too. So it's gonna be a really crazy, epic fight for medieval times here. And historically speaking, yeah, this isn't my favorite time period. In fact, it's probably one of my worst, or one of my least favorite time periods. I still like it, I just don't like it anywhere near as much as ancient times. That said, I do love that TV show from Showtime's called The Tudors. I mean, it's way past the time period that I'm depicting here. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to tell you, the time period for this battle is early settings. You have the choice between early, middle, high, and all ages, but I selected this for early period. But yeah, The Tudors takes place much later than this. It's a very good show. Probably one of my favorite shows ever. That and Rome are probably my favorite shows ever. Anyway, this guy's, he sees my cavalry coming, and I guess he sees that as a bigger threat. So he puts his knights right here. Like, there's no subtlety in this move. He put them directly across from my pathway here. So I'm moving my cataphracts this way. And I'm also moving my infantry this way too, because my plan was to launch my infantry, like half my infantry, half my cav this way, to attack his right side of that formation. So he comes down, swinging his lances at my cataphracts. So with the mailed knights, and Scotland was never known for its cavalry. They were more of an infantry type. They were more, you know, infantry oriented. So anyway, there's a giant cavalry fight on the right wing. I tried to bring my dismounted lancers over there, but then he attacks them with his mailed knights that were coming from the other side. And this is when I start sending all my troops, well, most of my troops, to the right. You see this crazy movement? He still has some knights here, and he sees that my left is considerably weakened now, so he's going to try to charge my left. But these are dismounted Byzantine lancers, so I think they can hold their ground against mailed knights. So I wasn't worried about that. My main concern was this side here. This is where my main effort was. So I started to rout these guys, his mailed knights, and once one breaks, then the rest are sure to come. And I have this reserve unit of cataphracts waiting to strike where I think it's most important and most decisive. So I see this battle still going on here, so I'm going to launch my reserve cavalry into this big fight on the extreme right. It's his mailed knights versus my cataphracts. So here's what's going on here. This is going to be a nice attack here. And here I'm just moving up the rest of my troops this way. And you can see my dismounted lancers dispatched his two strong feudal knights, or his two squadron feudal knight attack on the left. So this guy was going to keep moving with these Highlanders, but he decided to call off that attack when he saw his feudal knights get ousted by my troops. So I pretty much ruled on the left and the right, so that guy is basically without his cavalry force. He has a very depleted cavalry force now. He still has his generals unit, and he still has his infantry. Let's go look what's going on over here. Rocky moved out his Spanish knights out of the town area, and he's going to encircle the Sicilian guy's army. This is Legion, but he still has his troops in the town center. I'm talking about Rocky. Rocky still has his Spanish troops in the town center here, and that's going on. These guys are not sure what to do. They are going to fight though. You can tell that much. But let's go back to my side of the battle. Let's see here. I think I started my advance through the forest. Or not. I think I'm still reshuffling my position here. We just took out some more mailed knights in Scotland. There they are. And they're routing. And I think they might come back, I forgot. But yeah, this guy is reforming his army to meet the new threat on his left, which is my right. So he even has his catapults here. Yeah, something that I noticed are that catapults are a lot more effective in this game than Rome Total War. Like, they're a lot more accurate. at least in my experiences. I'm not very experienced at Medieval 2 Total War. This is one of my least played games. Alright, so let's look what's going on over here between the Sicilians and the Spanish. Rocky moved his Spanish cavalry away, so I guess he did not want to confront the Sicilians in the open field, so he's gonna come back here and rely on his the strength of his town defense here to deal with Legion's Sicilian attack. So he's gonna roam in, and meanwhile I'm advancing up this hill here, trying to attack this guy's defensive position. It's basically us two taking on the two defensive positions. I'm taking out Scotland's defensive positioning, whereas the other guy's taking out Rocky's defensive positioning. By launching attack, I threw all my dismounted lancers first, and then I threw in my cavalry around the wings to envelop, where I could, that is. And I got my infantry from my other side coming up this hill here. We're gonna push through these Muslim archers. I'm sorry, not Muslim archers, Highland archers. Sorry about that, guys. I'm pretty sure Scotland did not have Muslim archers. So yeah, we're pushing this way. Yeah, my guys are pretty much all over the place right now. My cataphracts. I'm striking where I can, but you can see Scotland's losing a lot of troops here.
They have lost half their men.
Those are his Gallo-Glikes, taking on my dismounted lancers. And I've got my awesome Varangian guard coming up the other way.
Lord protect us.
And at that point, his Gallo-Glikes took down my general, which I wasn't really too fond of that moment, to be honest. But yeah, here's this sweet action. This is my dismounted lancers. But yeah, Scotland's pretty much starting to rout here. See this? And yeah, Scotland's main army is pretty much gone. And I think some of his troops do stop routing. But I want to show you the fight between the Spanish and the Sicilians here. I think they're about to go at it, if they haven't already. Oh yeah, just in time to watch this giant cavalry charge on both sides here, outside of town. But in the middle, Legion sending in his troops to attack the Spanish town center. And his guys are just pushing right through these guys. This Spirit Militia here, they just broke like there were nothing. Meanwhile, Rocky's launching his catapults at any target, even his own. Look at this. He like burned his own dudes there. Look at that. Man, that is awesome. Yeah, pretty much what happened during this battle was, well, after my battle with Scotland, I was watching this fight. It was pretty epic. Oh yeah, look, Scotland, this is a guy I just beat. He still had his general's bodyguard unit, so he was launching his own hammered anvil strikes on these Spanish and Sicilians. It's a very opportune strategist he was. But yeah, I ruled this part of the battlefield. I kicked out Scotland here, so now I'm going to march towards that town area back there. But you can see that Venorium, who was commanding Scotland, still has these Highland archers, and they're kind of running away now. But clearly Scotland's pretty much doomed.
Our men have captured the enemy general.
Alright, somewhere an enemy general was captured.
Give the dog some wine.
It says our men captured the enemy general, but I don't think it was my men. Maybe, I don't know. But look, you can see the Spanish cavalry was defeated. See this? They're routing. They got dominated by the Sicilian cav. Yeah, this guy's using cavalry militia, Norman knights, and a general's bodyguard here. And you can see Scotland's remains are scattered here. It's the general's bodyguard. Yeah, he should just stick out of that. He should stay out of that fight between these two. And he gets to watch it like I was. Boom! Yeah, this is an epic fight right here, guys. Look at all the explosions, all the flaming missiles, all of the sword fights and spear fights, the cavalry charges. It was pretty awesome. That town's getting mauled, though. Look at that. They're getting mauled by the Spanish artillery. Let's take a close-up of this. Yeah, I did want to do a live commentary for this. Actually, I did make one, but then my friend called, and then we started talking, and now I was giving out all kinds of personal information, so I couldn't use the commentary, unfortunately. But I did record this live, too. It's pretty sweet. All the guys here were really nice, and we're all having a good time in this battle. Alright, so Legion's moving his cavalry in this way. He's going to take on these Spirit Militia, I think. I don't know, I wouldn't really charge those kind of troops with cavalry, but you know, who knows. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Medieval 2 Total War. I mean, it looks like it's similar to Rome Total War. I guess it is kind of similar looking, but the game mechanics are way different. Troops last a different amount of time in battle.
Only
Cavalry
half the
reacts
enemy
differently.
force remains.
So it's a completely different game for me. Not to mention that I don't know their stats of each unit and the strength and weaknesses of each faction. But look at this guy.
The enemy general has no honor.
Legion is doing a really good job of
Flees the field of
slaughtering
battle and abandons
Rocky's
his
Spanish
men.
army here. Even though they were using this town to defend their positioning, yeah, Legion came in as pretty much walloped him. He's coming in from the side too, and he's gonna push in on these Spanish defenders. Oh, look at that explosion! Kaboosh! All right, I think this is the last of the Spanish troops right here. We're gonna watch this up close, and now they're all routing. So yeah, Legion did a good job of clearing out this town of the Spanish defenders. You can see Scotland still has his troops just hanging out, having a good time. These are Fenorium's Highland archers, who I mistook as Muslim archers for some reason. Sorry about that. Anyways, Legion routed this unit of Highland archers. But for the most part, Legion takes this town for Sicily. And all the meanwhile, I was marching my troops from the other side of the map here. See, I'm still marching. It was a far march for me. But after I defeated the Scottish main army, then I had to gather my troops up, and then I had to march them this way. And look at, I'm still far from them. I was marching the entire time too. Here's Fenorium Scottish troops, what's left of them. Here's some routing Spanish troops here. They actually stopped routing. These are Spear Militia. And it was around this time that the Fenorium and Rocky started talking about, you know, like forming up for one last defensive plan where they wouldn't attack each other. So yeah, this guy cleared out the town. He rid this town of Spain. And he sees me coming. See, this is me. I'm using the Byzantines. But yeah, he sees that. So he's gonna do the sensible thing. He's going to defend this town. Since he just took it, this could be my turn to attack some guy in a town, and it's gonna be this guy's turn to defend this town. And look at Rocky's and his remaining troops. These guys stopped routing. So he's going to take his remaining troops, even though his main army's defeated him, and the Scottish dude, Fenorium. They're going to form up close to each other, and they're not going to attack each other, but they're going to form for like one last defensive, I don't know, last stand, I guess. Like, so I guess they would fight the winner of me and Sicily here. Sicily's commanded by Legion. But yeah, he's going to defend this town. He's going to put his cavalry this way. Here's his other horses out here. General bodyguards in the center, and so does infantry. And his Muslim archers. Not Highland archers. These guys in the front. They just kicked out the last of the Spanish troops here. Well, let's see if this guy makes it out. Let's see if these Italian militia take him out. Do they? Do they? No, he gets away. I was gonna say he got away scot-free, but he's not using the Scot, so that joke wouldn't make any sense. What kind of joke could I say? Let's see, he's in Spain. Let's see. Is there a joke here? Nope, there was no joke. If there was a joke, you can write your comment in the comment section. But stuff that's non-racist though, guys. I don't like racist jokes. Alright, so let's see here. I'm going this way. I'll move my infantry this way, and I started to peel off my cavalry this way, because I see his cavalry here. Like, we're both depleted, but I think his guys are more depleted than mine, his cavalry. So what I want to do is start a cavalry fight. And then I can hopefully attack his defensive square here in the middle, after I rid the world of his cavalry. So I am going to launch my cavalry at a very fast pace. And he sees what I'm doing, so he's going to start moving his cavalry away. He does not want the cavalry fight. He is a very respectable size force, though, but he does not want to fight. So they're actually moving back this way. But one good thing about that, even though I couldn't, fight his cavalry and destroy it, is that I now command this opening right here. So that gives me more freedom to maneuver. So let's see what's going on. His Muslim archers are firing at my cavalry. One of these guys are firing at me. And they're also shooting at my peasant archers, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, I have my peasants in the front. They're going to absorb the enemy's missiles. And I'm going to launch in my dismounted Byzantine lancers first. I'm going to charge this way. First I want to take out his Italian militia, but they actually, he actually moved them out of the way. Probably a good thing, because they would have got stampeded. So he's going to push up his dismounted Norman Knights to meet my dismounted Byzantine lancers. And meanwhile I have my cavalry. I push him farther back, because his archers were shooting at me. So now I'm going to move these guys over here, so I can apply more pressure on this opening. And you can see this guy is moving his cavalry back into this area where his troops are. So I've initiated the fight between me and Sicily now. I've got my dismounted lancers trying to fight their way through this mob of Sicilian infantry. And I got my ranging guard nearby. These are my elite troops. I can count on these guys to fight well in a melee situation. So yeah, I'm rushing my cavalry this way. And this guy does not want to fight my cavalry. So he's going to move his dudes out even more.
Our men are under attack.
Yeah, I think I knew that my men were under attack. But yeah, this guy, he wants to make raids on my infantry line here. So he's got this unit right here of Norman Knights, and he's got this unit here of cavalry militia, and he's going to strike where he can. Let's look at this piece of action here. Here comes this charge. Yeah, in medieval Total War, you can make charges like this and still survive. So he's going for this double charge on my ranging guard, and he got a really good charge on those guys.
Lord preserve us. We have lost half
so
of
he's going to do some cycle charges. He's going to withdraw his troops, and I'm not going to pursue him. Well, I guess these guys are. But if they wandered off too far, I wasn't going to pursue, because that would isolate these guys fighting. I don't want to isolate them. But all the meanwhile, our infantry is still clashing right here at the choke point here. And when I moved my cavalry behind here, then he started shifting his positions here. He put these Norman Knights. I wasn't afraid of his Norman Knights because there's only, what, 23 of them? And I think he knew that I wasn't afraid of them. But the Italian Spear Militia are another story because they're really cheap units and they can drain my horses, so I didn't want to waste my troops fighting those guys. I wanted to use my horses in a decisive situation. Yeah, I just don't think using horses against lowly spear troops to be a decisive situation. At least not now. So yeah, while that's going on... Oh, I hear something. He launches cavalry again into the backs of my infantry.
Our men are under attack. We must act now.
So he's launching these cycle charges, cavalry charges. But there I managed to rout this unit here of cavalry militia. And also this unit here too. But I think they stopped routing here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, here, they start to reform. This guy, he was just withdrawing these guys, so there's Norman Knights. I really don't like how the Norman Knights look in this. Because they don't really look like Norman Knights.
Intervention by the Almighty Lord, or a military genius, can bring us victory from this disgrace.
Alright, so here I'm doing more cavalry maneuvers here to shake up his positioning in the back line here. I see that when he moved his troops to defend that choke point, that weakened this area completely. So now there's no more troops defending this point. So I'm swinging my cavalry this way, and that's when he kills off this unit of Italian militia to guard that choke point. So I'm basically keeping him, keeping his attention occupied in the back line, while my troops are fighting their way up this choke point here. Here's a close-up of the action. All those dead bodies. A lot of those are mine, and of course a lot of those are his too. But you know, my purple garments, they show up more than his bland-looking colors. So now I have one cavalry guarding this choke point, and I peeled off another cavalry here, and I sent off another cavalry this way. Now I'm gonna completely stretch this guy's defenses. See this? Now I have all of his choke points under you know, the potential for being attacked, whatever. So here I'm breaking some of his troops here. See this? What were they? There's one of these troops here. They're routing. But he still has plenty of troops though, that's the problem. Yeah, my guys are still fighting. And you can tell my Byzantine Lancers, because they have those cool looking axes. I'm sending in 4 more Byzantine, sorry, not Byzantine Lancers, Varangian Guard, sorry. I'm like slipping up here.
The enemy force remains.
Alright, so here's what I do. I start charging my cavalry this way, because there's a big opening right here. So I can send in these guys. There are 31 horses in this cataphract unit. While I'm doing that, what does he do? He sends his Norman Knights back. There's only 2 horses in that unit though. So I'll let you see an overhead of what I was doing. I was charging in this way, and that made his choke points on these 2 ends made them cave in, because they're trying to meet this new threat here. The threat of doing a hammer emerald strike on this line here. So once he pulled those choke points apart, then I sent in my cavalry who were waiting at those choke points to charge in.
We must act now.
So I'm routing some of these guys. Problem is, these cataphracts are surrounded, so that's why I had to get these cataphracts in immediately into the town center. By the way, this section here, it's not a town center in the traditional sense, because there's no morale boost. This is just a piece of the terrain on this particular map. Granted, there are still town square bonuses on, you know, on siege maps, but this isn't really a siege map. Alright. See, I'm crushing in from all sides with my cavalry here. And I thought that was a really nice tactical blow. But my opponent just, he withdraws his cavalry here. And he's gonna start launching more cavalry, like, cycle charges at my guys.
The course of this
so I'm losing 1 unit right here of cataphracts.
Defeat seems almost certain.
And my guys are pretty much stuck here. Like, what to sit them in. But I thought I had a really good move there when I crushed in from every choke point there. But he managed to rout my cavalry force, so I was kind of displeased by that. Very displeased. But I still got my infantry fighting their way here. And they are making lots of headway. I am glad though that my cataphracts were able to distract his other forces around here for the entire part of this fight. So here's what's going on. My guys are still fighting their way here, and I've got my infantry back here to ward off, you know, any kind of devious schemes he might have with his cavalry. Oh yeah, I pulled off a unit of these guys, dismounted Byzantine Lancers. They were here, but I made the decision to swing them around this way. And this is where my cavalry was fighting. So my cavalry did clear the way for these guys. And this guy still has a unit of very exhausted cavalry militia. He's coming around this way. But now I got these infantry like swarming in from the side. We're gonna hack down these Muslim archers, and he's gonna bring back his general's bodyguard to meet my dismounted lancers. And here he's sending in his cavalry, and I sent in this unit of two lancers to attack them, but they got run over. See that? Or ran over. And I got my archer shooting at these guys. So take that, you bad dudes. And to protect these guys who are fighting the Sicilian infantry, I've got these two reserve units here warding off his cavalry. because he's probably going to do a rear charge, which he's doing right now, so let's see how I dealt with it in the battle. I pretty much left my guys there. I'm going to fight these cavalry militia.
The battle seems to be swinging in our favor.
So yeah, they get routed, so thankfully. And meanwhile, my lancers, my dismounted lancers here are kicking a lot of butt. See, they routed this unit here of Muslim archers.
The enemy general, glorious
there we take down his general.
Our men have captured
we actually captured his general. But that guy admitted defeat. That was Legion. He admitted defeat, and it was a very good fight. Very nice situation. So what do we have left? We have, remember what I was saying earlier? How Spain and Scotland, they had their remaining troops, and they decided to form like an agreement where they would not fight each other, but they would form up. So let's see what happens here. They got their troops back here somewhere. There they are. Way back here. As I said, they're pretty close to each other, but they're not attacking. So here's Fenarium's Highland archers. They're waiting right here. And just a little in front of him, he has the Spanish dude. This is Rocky 123. Either Spear Militia, both Spear Militia, very exhausted. So they wanted me to go over there and fight them. And actually did start to reassemble my army. Way back here. It's way back here, guys. Let me increase this map so I can see a better overhead. So yeah, I'm on my way. I'm going to fight them. Like, we're fast forwarding this part because it was taking forever to march my troops there. So here's my heavily depleted peasant archers. Hey, look at that. Looks like they're wearing Speedos or something. There's the rest of my troops. I have no more cavalry. What I have are a bunch of very heavily depleted dismounted lancers, and I have like 2 units of ranging guard. These are my ranging guard back here. Nope. Where are they? That missed them. Yeah, I think I did, because they're so small. Let's see, this unit has, what, 9 in this unit? My other ranging guard has 1, I believe. One dude in that ranging guard unit. But yeah, right now I'm marching towards those 2 remaining troops belonging to Fenarium and Rocky 123. And even though my army was really depleted, they still did not have enough troops to fight me. I wish they would have, fought me a little closer. This seems kind of unnecessary. But that said, I mean, these guys are really nice. They're really, we're all laughing during this battle because it was just a good battle. I mean, we're having a good time with it. Oh yeah, here's my other ranging guard. There's one guy in that unit, and this other ranging guard unit only has 9. So yeah, I have a very heavily depleted infantry force now. But clearly I have enough to fight the other 2 guys. Well, they have like 2 depleted militia units and 1 Highland archery unit. So that's definitely not enough to fight me. So here they are. I might do a time elapse for you guys, so that you don't see, so you don't have to watch this entire thing. Let me fast forward it, but I'll just edit this part out for you guys.
Praise the Almighty.
All right, guys.
Our enemy has lost his
So, as I was marching up there,
we must push our advantage.
This guy Rocky, he decided to withdraw his spear militia. And so his new cohort, or his new partner was going, what the F? Because this guy just surrendered, and they were supposed to, do like a last, defensive hurrah, but his ally decided to call it quits. So I'll show you what happens here. Pretty much this guy's gonna run a little bit, Fenarium, and I'm just gonna edit this part out so that you can see me at the end. Alright, I'm back here. This is a few minutes later. You can see that he's gonna run a little bit. Those are his Highland archers. And you can see I'm still, I've been walking for like a few minutes now. like 5 minutes. But look how far I am, because that battle is forever away. So here's my remaining army. Can't even call it an army anymore, it's more of a scouting force. Alright, so let's just show you, this guy is his last ditch ever here to fight for Scotland. Alright, had to do a little time elapse again to make it shorter. And we'll just fast forward it. I think you guys can follow along with us. Alright, I'm back again. You can see this guy's still moving his troops around. Not sure what he's doing. But clearly the battle's over. You can see I'm still way back here. I'm still chasing this guy. And yeah. Yeah. Should I fast forward again? Let's fast forward this bad boy. Fast forwarding! Prepare to fast forward! It's almost over, guys. Sorry. But honestly, I was really surprised that, you know, I actually made it this far in this battle, because I'm not very good at this game. And not to mention, I haven't played this game in forever. Like, the last time I played, you guys saw it the last time I played. Because I made a video for it. But, yeah, it's fun, I guess, playing it. It's really unresponsive though when you play. I mean, when I play, it's kind of unresponsive. And they said the game mechanics are a lot different than Rome Total War. I mean, it's similar, but it just doesn't work the same way as Rome Total War. But yeah, these guys are walking here through Endor Forest. If only the Ewoks would attack these guys, that'd be great. But at that point, he admitted defeat. And I was getting closer to him. See, here's my army. I was getting closer. I was determined to chase him down, but he admits defeat though. Finally. No wait, sorry, that was the other guy who admitted defeat, I think. It was somebody. Okay, now they both admitted defeat. But yeah, I was hot on their tracks. I was willing to chase them all the way to wherever. But I'll show you the results here. As you can see here, it was really close. I killed the most amount of people. I killed 1,005. And I captured 310. The next person. See, remember, this is last man standing. It's not scored resolution. But if it was scored resolution, I would have won. But since it was last man standing, I would have won this too. But yeah, I'm really surprised that I won this battle. Not very good at this game. Very fun though. Lots of get some action between Spain and Sicily. But a good game to Rocky, to Legion, and to Fenrir. I hope you guys enjoyed this free-for-all battle for Medieval 2 Total War. I'll see you guys later.